Brandywine Falls. All right, so today is the last day of the first part of the trip, the ride from Anchorage back to Washington. Just about 2 weeks. There was more stuff I kind of missed because of the accident. I had to accelerate the trip a little bit. Today I'm in the town of Lillooet, and I'll be riding through Whistler on the way back to Bellingham, where I'm going to spend the night. And Botas is all strapped up, ready to go. Brisa has already been out this morning to take me to breakfast. And yeah, let's go do some riding through the mountains. All right, we are heading out of Lillooet on the road to Whistler. This is going to be an awesome mountain ride. Unfortunately, today we're still getting some of that smoke from I don't know which fire, but one of the fires. By the time I reach Whistler, I should have passed through it. Even though it's a bit hazy in the sky, it's awesome riding here in the valley. Some great riding. All right. We have completely gotten away from the smoke, which is awesome because this is a gorgeous ride. Looked like all of the smoke from the last 2 days was coming in from one of the big side canyons down to Lillooet. Since I turned off heading more towards Whistler, those mountains in the distance are crystal clear. All right, Botas, you watch Brisa for me, okay? So I decided to stop at Brandywine Park, which has a really pretty waterfall, just on the far side of Whistler. Whistler was pretty, but an absolute madhouse. I even forgot to turn on the cameras there. It was just people walking everywhere, riding their bicycles, driving. It was like hard even to stop. So it was gorgeous, but I decided to just continue on through. And Brandywine Park here it's just like a 15-minute walk to the waterfall. from the parking area. But yeah, just good opportunity to stretch my legs a bit. Brandywine Falls. It's only like certainly less than 5-minute walk from the parking lot. But still, it's nice to get out and stretch the legs a little bit. I did it! Yay! I made it to Bellingham, so I'm at my friend's house now. And so the first part of the trip, essentially the prologue, is over. The plan was to do that earlier in the summer when the weather was favorable in Alaska. And now I'm going to wait about a month and a half until the weather gets more favorable for riding in northern Mexico and in the southern US, and kind of assess how the gear performed that I brought with me and anything I want to change. And believe me, I have a list of stuff I'm going to tweak. And in about a month and a half, I'll resume the ride, starting with heading into Baja, Mexico, where I've been many times before on my motorcycle when I lived in California. And yeah, so look forward to catching up with you in the next video. All right, today was the last day of the first part of the trip from Alaska to Seattle. And I started the day in Lillooet, left there and rode this wonderful ride through the mountains, up and through Whistler, down through Squamish, crossed the bridge to Vancouver, and cut over and entered the US right here. Then kept riding down to Bellingham, where I stayed at my friend's house. So, well, like I just said, that's the end of the first part of the trip, and I'll resume after a little break, and I'll see you again on the border with Mexico. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to continue watching the rest of this trip to Argentina. At the very least, it'll be a way that you can find the channel again. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.